Hey guys, what's going on today? Nice to see you here. Appreciate all of you for joining. Brian, Mario, Ole, Open Mic Canada Cafe. What's up, guys? Sammy, Sebas, Edwin, Edward. Guys, we got about 104 restaurant owners registered for these webinars now. So pretty cool. Appreciate all of you for being here today. Hey, Eric, welcome in. Appreciate you for being here. Guys, today we're going to be talking about how to advertise your daily specials. So if you've got daily specials at your restaurant where, let's just say Monday is a burger special, Tuesday is trivia, Wednesday is a wind down Wednesday, Thursday is something else, and Friday seafood, or whatever you have. If you have some sort of weekly special where every week Monday you do this, Tuesday you do that. Today we're going to be talking about how to advertise them. So weekly specials at your restaurant are a great way to incentivize people to visit you more often and come on in during those boring weekdays. And so here's how you can advertise that on Meta. You can actually set up ads on Meta that only run during those certain times of the week. So you're not wasting ad spend. You're only getting in front of people when they would actually take action and come on in. It's one of the best ways to do targeted ads for your restaurant, and one of the best ways to increase sales during your slower weekdays or your slower lunches. So really excited for you guys all to be here today. We'll give everybody just a quick moment to come on in and join. Raul, thanks for joining. Nice to see you here. Guys, before we get started, just wanted to ask everybody in the chat box, and just curious to know, like, how many people have daily or weekly specials. If you guys want to go in the chat box below and just let me know if you have daily specials, and if you do, what do you do for them? Let me know in the chat box below. Take like 30 seconds. Let me know what you guys do for your daily or your weekly specials. And as you're pulling that up, I'm going to go ahead and get my ads manager up here and show you what I would recommend doing. Looks like Cedric does some weekly specials. Taco Thursday every week. Awesome, Roll. That's great. Marcus says Taco Tuesday as well. John does trivia. Chris, Mohammed, both do wine down Wednesdays, like is it half price wine? Something like that on Wednesdays. Yeah, okay, cool. Got my early afternoon coffee. Make sure we are nice and energized throughout this webinar here, guys. Alrighty, cool. So if you got any, hey Javier, welcome in. Javier, we're talking about weekly specials. If you guys have any weekly specials, put them in the chat box below. If you do, I'm gonna put this in the chat so anybody who joins late can still see it. If you do weekly specials, put them in the chat here. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and dive in, guys. So I'm gonna share my screen. And you can use this technique not only for your daily specials, but maybe you've got something else that's happening only during certain days of the, during certain days. So that could be something you do as well. Okay. So if you see my ad account here, I'm gonna go ahead and so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to create a new campaign. Okay. On this campaign, I would recommend just doing simple traffic and then click continue. Okay. Now, as you're doing this, I'm going to title this ad campaign. I'm going to title it Weekly Specials. Yeah. Title it Weekly Specials. And then I'm going to go ahead and press next. And you don't have to select any other settings here other than what you already see on the page. Okay. And then I have a traffic ad that I have set up. I'm going to just click on this, send traffic to your website. Okay, I'm going to do website traffic here. And the ad set, this is going to be what day of the week I'm promoting. So let's just say, for example, I do Taco Tuesday. I do Taco Tuesdays. So if you do Taco Tuesdays at your restaurant, this is for you. Now, maximum number of clicks, that's fine there. Creative dynamic, you want to turn this on. Okay, go ahead and turn that on. Doesn't really matter if you have it off, but turn it on. And then you can go ahead and set your budget. Now, it's important to note that when you do these daily specials, they're only going to be running on those certain days. So you're not going to run a Taco Tuesday offer ad. I can run a Taco Tuesday ad on Friday. Now, that's just what this technique is. You can also run these ads every day. Like you don't only have to run them on Tuesdays is Taco Tuesday. You could run a Taco Tuesday ad every single day of the week, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But this is just a different technique if you want to run it only during that certain day. It might be a better use of your ad spend. Again, there's different ways of thinking about this, right? If someone sees your ad Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Taco Tuesday, they might remember, oh yeah, next week I'm going to go to Taco Tuesday there, right? So there's nothing wrong with running ads every single day, right? But this is just another thing that you could try out and test, only running those specific ads on those specific days. So in this case, you're going to set up a lifetime budget. You cannot, if you want to run ads only during certain days, you can't do a daily budget. It's just the way that Meta is set up. So you have to run a lifetime budget. Okay. So let's just say, for example, let's say you want to do this for the next 3 months and you want to spend, let's say, I don't know, let's say you want to spend $20 a week on this budget. Okay. So $20 a week, right? Just 1 day a week. So it's going to be $20 a week and you do it 4 times in a month and you'll do it for 3 months. Okay. So that lifetime budget will be $240. Okay. I'm just using an example here. You can do higher or lower, but I think if you spend $20 or $30 a day because you're just running that for that 1 day, that's not bad because it's a good budget. You get some good penetration there. Okay, so it's a lifetime budget. I always like to schedule my ads out, not the same day. I always like to schedule them out to be starting tomorrow. That's just kind of a superstitious thing I like to do. Okay, so, and then you're going to run this for 3 months, let's say. So we're going to run it for all of October, all of November, and all of December. That's crazy to think that in 3 months it's going to be the end of the year. Wow. Anyway, and then so right here where it says view more options, here's where you want to, this is what you want to edit. Okay. So we're going to click on this and say run ads on a schedule. Okay. Zoom in on that. You're going to want to click on this as run ads on a schedule. All right. And so if I want to run this only on Tuesday, then I'm going to go ahead right here. I want to run it only on Tuesday. Maybe not at like 1 in the morning, but maybe I want to start that at like 5 when people are starting to get up. Okay. So I might run that ad from 5 a.m. up until like, I don't know. We could do it up until midnight. That's fine. Right. Okay. So that's only going to be running on Tuesdays. See, that's pretty cool. So this is how you do it. It's really simple. That's how you run it only on Tuesdays. Okay. And then of course your location, you want to put your location in here. So let's just say as an example, you're going to type in your restaurant location and we might do either Tap House. Just shows a random restaurant. Maybe you're advertising 10 miles around you. Perfect. Okay. So as you can see now in this case, 28,000 to 33,000 people will see this ad every single Tuesday. pretty cool, right? Super relevant to them. Definitely recommend keeping this as it is. You don't need to touch this. Okay. So then you go ahead and press next. Okay. And of course, you're not going to be running this from my page. This is going to be from your page. And here's where you will be able to write your text and your call to action. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and select a few images. Whenever you're running your creatives, creatives meaning pictures or images, it's best to run a few different variations. And you don't have to do a whole lot of crazy work on the variations, just have some different colors or just a few different variations. So for example, if you've got like 2 great photos of tacos, right? You want to run those. Then you can make like a few different variations of those tacos, okay? I'm just going to give you an example. Now I'm just going to Google tacos for this example here, just because, okay? So let's go ahead and look at images of tacos. Let's say, for example, I love this one. And again, I wouldn't recommend just grabbing these on Google. I'm just doing this for the example. I'll do that one. And then let's say, I love this one. Okay. I'm gonna screenshot a couple of these photos of the tacos, and we'll use those as our example. Okay. So bear with me here, just a quick moment. I'm going to go ahead and share a different screen. All right. So you can make these images in any platform. You might want to use, you might want to use Canva, you might want to use something else, but I'm just showing you how you can get a few different variations of these just simple images. Okay, so let's just say, for example, well, that's a pretty small photo, but that's okay. We're just using this as an example. The size you want to do on the image here is going to be square. So you want a square image. Okay. So I'm going to move this down. And then a really simple way to run these graphics, guys, is just to put like a big bar at the top. We talked about this last time. Just to put a nice big bar there. Maybe you want to make the bar, I don't know, maybe you want to make it red. I'm just going to use an example here. Maybe you want to make that red. Okay. So the add copy here, or the copy on the graphic, I should say, this can be anything, right? But I would recommend keeping it real simple. So I'm going to show you what I would put here. See if I can whip up some graphics. I'm not a graphic designer, guys, but I know my design skills are not horrible. Okay. So Taco Tuesday, boom. And then maybe we put in a little bit smaller font. We go, let's say something like, join us for Taco Tuesday. Okay. And I'll make that half the size. Okay. So just right there, I mean, we've got a really nice ad that we can put together. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and save this. Join us for Taco Tuesday. So whenever you're running ads like this, the one thing you want to avoid is putting a lot of details on your graphic, on your image. You don't want to put like all the prices and all the details and all the exclusions and like stuff like that. You could put on there the price, but I'm just saying keep it simple, because ads are not supposed to, give you all the information. It just doesn't work then. Okay. So this is one variation, right? So that's, again, you want to have 3 to 4 different variations when you run these ads. So same way, but let's say you got 2 great photos, don't change the header. Boom, there you go. Got another great photo here already. So let's just go like this. And, you want that to cover up most of the screen. I'm going to put that underneath. There you go. We got another one. So I'm going to save this one as well. Again, you want to feed the algorithm a few different options. You don't just want to run. You don't want to run just one ad. Definitely recommend running a few different variations. Variations don't need to be crazy. Different colors is just fine for different variations. Okay, so for example, maybe on this ad, I want to do this background to be black. Okay, I'm giving you an example. Join us for Taco Tuesday. Looks pretty solid. Just randomly saving these. Then I'm going to remove that new image, and then boom, we got another variation right here. Okay, join us for Taco Tuesday. So we just created 4 variations really simply with 2 images. You don't need a ton of variations. 3 to 5, 3 to 6, something along those lines is just fine, because us as humans, we don't know exactly what ad is going to perform the best. We could make a good guess based on judgment or based on experience, but you might not know for sure. So definitely recommend using all 4, 3 to 6 images. And because you selected dynamic in your ad set, that would mean that you can upload all these at once, and then the algorithm, the AI, is going to decide which one to show more often. Okay, so Peter, it's just a little bit slow here because I'm on the Zoom call. But I'm going to go ahead and upload all of these images now. And I should probably share my screen of the ad account so you can see what I'm doing now. That'd be smart. Okay, now you can see that. So what I did is I'm just uploading those 4 images that I just created. Okay. So you see I've got these 4 different variations, all look pretty good. Hit continue. All right, so you have all your 4 images loaded there. You can keep that on. Your primary text, this is what goes above the ad. So this can be something, attention grabbing. So for example, I'm just gonna kind of just spitball this. I could say something like love tacos. Join us every Tuesday for our delicious tacos. For our delicious taco specials. Click the link for directions and to view our menu, something like that, right? So the headline could be, this is going to be your button. This is going to be what's on your button. The headline could be, say, join us for Taco Tuesday. And you can also, because it's a dynamic ad, you can put a couple different headlines in here and give the algorithm some options. You don't have to do this, but the images having more than one is the most important. Taco Tuesday specials, whatever, right? And then down here, browser add-ons, this sometimes populate this call number. Don't do that, just hit none. Okay, so let's just say, for example, I'm doing this for DJ's Tap House. I'm going to put the website URL in right there. And then voila, look at what comes up here. Okay, so as you can see, this is what your ad would look like. Okay, pretty simple. You can look at the advanced preview. You can look at what it looks like here on Facebook, on Instagram, on stories. Looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? You can even take a look at other variations of this as well. What does that look like? So pretty cool, huh? Guys, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. And if you don't have a great website, just put your Google link in right here, your Google page link. Okay. So for example, let's just do this one as an example. DJ's Tap House, Alexandria, Minnesota. Okay, DJ's Tap House and Grill. And to find your Google page link, And again, you don't need this if you've got a nice website, but if you don't have a nice website, this will be good for you. Okay, so to find your Google page link, it's right here. Click on share. Anyway, it should come up. There it is. This guy right there, copied it. We'll put that right there instead if you prefer. And then when people click, they're going to just simply find your Google page that they can easily get directions to you. So that's it, guys. Then you'd hit publish. Now, again, that's only going to run during Tuesdays. And to make it easy for you to run another special, maybe you do wind down Wednesdays. Okay, so to do that, just go back to your ad set. You don't need to create this all from scratch again. Just duplicate your ad set. Okay, duplicate that. And then, of course, name this wind down Wednesdays or half price wine Wednesdays, whatever. When you're doing your wine targeting, make sure if you're doing anything with alcohol, make sure that you are targeting people 21 plus. Okay, 21 plus. Otherwise, your page does run the risk of getting disabled temporarily. So target people 21 plus for alcohol. Okay, so your budget's the same, all same things there. Make sure you go ahead and change your schedule. So, you know, I take this off of Tuesday and then just run that on Wednesday. That's all you do. And then go to your ad and then upload your photo here for the wine or whatever your special is that day. So guys, that's how you do it. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it works pretty well. It's a really good use of your ad spend. And gosh, so many people just probably don't know that you have the Taco Tuesday happening. There's always new people moving in and out of town. And so this is just a great way to get in front of people and let them know that it's happening today. So definitely recommend you all to do this. All give it a shot, try it out. Of course, as we talk about in a lot of these calls, if you've got an email database, if you're growing text and Messenger and Instagram DM, obviously announce it via direct message too. But this is another great way you can advertise. Okay, so guys, I've got about 10 minutes for questions here if needed. I've got 10 minutes for questions. If you're new to the webinar here, or if you're not new to the webinar and you forgot where to access all these recordings, I'm going to put a link in the chat box below. Okay, put a link in the chat box below. And here's where you can access all the recordings that we've done previously. There's a lot of things in here. If you're new to this, definitely work yourself clockwise on this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you want to work clockwise here. And I would recommend starting with the things here that are in asterisk. So definitely want to make sure you do those. Okay. Okay, so you can go ahead, take a look at this. I put a link in the chat box below as well. I do have some questions coming on in, so I'm happy to answer those. And guys, as always, if you want to speak and you want to ask me questions, you want to talk with your voice, you can go ahead and just press the raise hand button below. There's a raise hand button here in Zoom, or put in the chat box that you want to talk with me. I'll unmute you and then we can talk. Okay, so let me go ahead and look through some questions here. Preston, I missed this from the beginning. Will this recording be shared somewhere? Yes, great question. That's going to be shared in this document. You should have got a link to all these when you signed up. And if you don't have that, I put a link in the chat box below. I definitely recommend bookmarking that. Preston, good question. Hearsay Digital, what's up? Off topic, is there any resource that comes with joining for SMS campaign setup, calendar implementation for the food holidays? Let's see, off topic, is there any resources that come joining for SMS campaign setup? Hearsay Digital, I'm not sure of your first name. Could you clarify what you mean? I'm not exactly sure how to answer that question. We do have trainings around SMS and how to get people to opt in and stuff like that. I think that's what you're asking. If you're asking about like how to plan out a calendar, like food holidays, ChatGPT is awesome for that. ChatGPT can be like your best friend, and that can be like your assistant. And we do have some trainings in here as well that talk about ChatGPT and how you can use that. And it's actually right here. So let me know if that's what you're asking. Otherwise, happy to clarify. Javier is asking, do you think it's a good idea to do this just for our current database? Javier, I think you're asking, should you target the ads? Should you upload a custom audience and target your ads just for the current database, or to do it for everybody to have a better ROI? There's really no way to know unless you try it out. But Javier, I think you can run 2 different ad sets targeting everybody in the area, and then one targeting just people who are already joined your list. But yeah, there's not really a right or wrong when it comes to that. I think you just got to test it and see what works. That's a good question. I think it's a good idea. I mean, having your current database see this would be huge. But I think it's also great for new people as well. If they don't know you do Taco Tuesdays, I think it's a great thing. Sammy's asking, can I do 8 offers valid throughout the week? Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can schedule offers. Javier is asking, should we do that or a lookalike audience? Javier, they're all good questions. You know, when it comes to stuff like this, there's not really a right or a wrong answer when it comes to this area of like, who should you target? It's more just about testing it out and seeing what gets a better response. So just got to give it a shot. I don't think you have any risk of doing it. So yes, give it a shot, see what gets the most engagement. See what your customer's audience is responding like. Typically with local markets, I don't usually run lookalike audiences for my restaurants just because a local market is already limited, right? You don't have 50 million people or 200 million people in your local market. So I would say anybody is a good candidate for your restaurant. Although you can upload lookalike audiences of your current customers, and it's possible that, you know, Facebook and Instagram Meta finds you customers that are very similar to your current customers. So you can give that a try. I definitely don't think there's any harm in doing that. Yeah, you're very welcome. That's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. You can run a lookalike audience with offers too. And then that might be an easier way to track what your opt-in rate is for the offers. And then you can kind of test your lookalike audiences that way. Yeah. Good questions. Javier, you've always got good questions. I love it. Hearsay Digital. Want to make sure that I'm answering your question. I don't know if I answered it correctly or not. I wasn't exactly sure what you're asking, so let me know. John's got a question about the campaign objective. Yeah, John, you're going to want to do traffic. You want to do traffic ad. Okay, traffic ad. And then you'll want to do website. Traffic and then website. But as with anything, guys, you know, you don't go to the gym and get a 6-pack after a week or after a month. Try running this for 3 to 6 months. You know, try running this for a good amount of time, because that message really needs to soak in with your market, because people might see that message 3, 4, 5 times, not go because they're busy, and then they might start visiting you out to that 6th or 7th time they see your ad. So don't run this just for a week or a month. It's not really going to be good for you. Definitely commit to running it for 3 to 6 months, and then really see if you're getting some traffic there, and start asking your customers too, like, hey, how'd you hear about us? How'd you hear about us? Have you seen our ads, or did a friend tell you? Like, how'd you hear about us? Preston is asking, what is the daily ad budget you recommend? Preston, it's a good question. The budget is just really dependent on your business. So depending on what your current revenue is, that's how you can kind of figure out what your budget should be. The US SBA is going to recommend all restaurants should spend about 7 to 8% of their gross sales on marketing and advertising. Now, most restaurants don't do that because they don't have a profitable way to do it. But if you find something that works, spending that money is definitely worth it. But you definitely don't need to spend 8% on this. You want to do not just one campaign. You want to do like many campaigns. And I know you're new to this here, Preston. So definitely go through those webinars and take a look at some of the stuff that we've already done. We'll go over those again. But one thing is not going to make or break you. It's the 20 things that you do that's really going to move the needle. So to give you a short answer, Preston, your ad budget, there's not a right or a wrong answer here, right? It depends on your city population. You can let me know that. What's the size of your city? What city are you in? You can spend $1 a day. You can spend $10,000 a day, right? I would recommend, let's say if you're in a city of like, if you're gonna, it really just depends on your budget and how comfortable you feel advertising and how much room you have to play with, right? It's a tough answer for me to give you. You could do $20 a day on it. You could do $100 a day on it. The more you spend, the more you're going to get. So take that with a grain of salt. Preston, does that help at least? Or let me know if that doesn't help at all. Let me know what city you're in. I could give you maybe a clear answer. Sammy is asking, I have like 10 offers. I can make a small video by adding 10 pictures and run every day of the week. Sammy, yes, you can. Sammy, running offer, there's a science to running offers. So I would say if you have 10 different offers, you want to make sure that you are testing each offer to see which offer is working. Because you might run 10 offers and only 3 of them work, or only 2 of them work, and that's okay. Then you got 2 or 3 winning offers. You can ride the wave for a long time. So I would not run a video with all 10 offers in one. You can try it, test it, see how it works. It's always, the answer is always going to be try it. Right? The answer is always going to be test it. But what I would recommend first is running images with each individual offer in its own ad set. So in our last, in one of our recent recordings, there's an updated video here. Some asterisks there. Updated video here that shows you how to set up your ad campaign. So you're targeting, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to have all your offers in one ad set. Because the way the algorithm works is Meta is just going to show like 1 or 2 offers that are best performing. And AI is not always right. So when you have your offers, you want to have, let's say you have 10 different offers, you want to have 10 different ad sets. Okay. Ad set 1 is tacos, ad set 2 is burritos, ad set 2 is appetizers, right? Whatever. So I hope that helps. You can do it your way, definitely test it, but also make sure you're testing your offers separately to see what offers are performing the best. Sabas is new here. How do you send the text messages? Sabas, we've got a bunch of videos and trainings on that. There's a couple different softwares you can use. There's got to be an SMS thing in here somewhere, huh? Text. Yeah. There's a messaging. I gotta find where it is, but there's a messaging webinar in here, and that's how you can send out text messages. And you got to collect them somehow first, which we show you how to do that. So Sebastian, if you're new, I would honestly recommend go through these webinars and check out a few of them because you've got a lot of value in those. Yeah. Javier is asking, do we need to spend more in slower months? Javier, it just depends. If you want to, you can. That might be a good way to keep your sales up. Yeah. Be more aggressive in slower months, send more messages in slower months. I think that works. Raul is asking, I have an ad that's running for several months, many comments and likes. Now I want to update the video. Can I do that on the same ad? Raul, it depends on your ad, but I would have to know more details about it to give you like a really clear answer. But I would just say that if your ad has been running for many, many months and it's getting a lot of comments and likes, keep it going. Unless it really has died down, keep it going. We've had ads running for our company that we've been running for 18 months, haven't even touched them because they just keep working, right? So you don't always have to run ads, turn them off, launch new ads. If anything, Raul, what you're doing there, duplicate that ad. So make a copy of that ad and then upload that new video to that new ad. Don't turn off something that's working. Jaget, yes, I see your message here. I'll get a note out to you right after the call here today. Yep. Okay. Awesome, guys. Well, that's the end of the webinar today. Jagat, I'm going to go ahead and send you a message after our call here. And guys, if you have anything else that you need help with, let me know. Definitely, really excited to keep going through this with you guys. We're going to go through a lot more things. If you're new to this, guys, go into the webinar training doc, take a look at those. But I just wanted to thank you for your time today. You've spent about 39 minutes with me, so I really do appreciate that. Definitely want to encourage everybody to go ahead and try out these weekly special or these daily special ads. Super easy to set up. You can run them for many, many months, and hope it packs out your restaurant. So until then, just want to thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay. Cheers, guys. Bye.